Anything interesting happen over the weekend? Oh, um, you know, I tried to stay away from the news and everything over the weekend, but I just couldn't. I mean, I ended up, I was on Monkey in the Morning yesterday morning or Saturday morning, and of course, the biggest topic in the world right now is the passing of Ruth Bader Ginsburg Friday evening, and wow, um, my first thought as when I heard the news, I was what was I doing? I think I was doing some gardening, and I think I was listening to Tree of Logic, who was doing a new stream, and someone told her in her chat, and she mentioned it, and I'm like, wait, did I hear what I just thought I heard? Holy shit, I did. Um, Now some people think she may have been gone for a lot. She's been gone for the last 4 months, but we know that's not true. But man, I mean, she is an icon in American jurisprudence, an icon in American politics, an icon in American history. Um, Not that I can't say that I was real fond of her, but I can admit that she absolutely is an important figure in American history, just like any Supreme Court justice is. But she's done a lot. So anyway, we're going to talk about some of the peripheral items around that. I got a couple other news items, and that's how it's going to go today. Welcome to Monday on the Morning Night Live. Play the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, PDawg Knight. Well, stop the music. Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, me, yours truly, Marty, also known as PDawgKnight on the internet. And welcome back to the Dawg Knight Channel. It is the 21st of September, 2020. Happy Monday. It's the 421st episode of the Morning Night Live, and I am so glad so many of you are already here in the chat and listening in the background. So, obviously, the biggest news probably on the planet yesterday, because we were hearing from all sorts of people from around the world with the passing of the Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And my first tweet out when she passed away, all I said was, rest in peace, Justice Ginsburg. And, the reactions were interesting, and sometimes comical in some ways. And, yeah, ruthless. Yes, we are. It's ruthless. But so we're going to kind of get into that. I'm going to talk more. There's some more just stories related to that and just some of the reactions. But first, let's say hi to everybody, like I always do. Good morning, Jaeger. Now, I know somebody came here really early, and the chat from like 4 or 5 hours ago is gone. That was you, Pete, I think. And that's because the chat resets at about usually around the 30-minute mark before any show. It completely resets. So, Pete, I'm going to give you a bell for effort. That's Grill and Pirate Pete, but the actual bell goes to Jaeger Pony. So there you go. And good morning, John. Also, good morning, John Zaslowski, Tyler F., Becca Fairley, Aaron. By the way, thank you, Becca, and a couple of other people. I'll get to that in a second. Becca Fairley, good morning, Aaron Meredith, Chi-Town Jay, Richo, my friend from down under. Good morning to oh wow, this Select a Boy, yeah boy, and Cynical Lindsay, what's happening? Good morning to Dark Isle, John Connor. Be careful out there, sir. There's big monster robots chasing your ass. Also, good morning, Stab and Joe Scarborough, Dark Isle, James Colley, John, Quinn the Cultist. Welcome back. You haven't been around for a while. Nice to see you. Or you might have been lurking, but nice to see you in the chat. Also, good morning to Renee Mayette. I'm trying not to read. Gunfox 61, Black Hebrew Israelite.
That's right.
Also, good morning to what the hell is that on my screen? That was weird. Good morning, Bluefant. Nice to see you back. Also, good morning, CNN Sucks, the most redundant name on the internet. X Bubba Hotep, what's up, my brother? Good morning. Also, good morning to Feely the Happy Red Panda. Nice to see you. Good morning, Willet Forge, Advocatus Diablo, the Devil's Advocate, Jonas Pedersen, Katie did skate. I could do this a different way, but I'm going to do it just this way for now. Also, good morning to hello, Donatello Slap-a-Fellow, God Emperor of Duncan. Holy smokes, a lot of you are here today. Good gracious. Good lurking Gopher, what's happening? John Smith. Yeah, we know what you got going on over there, John Smith. I think I got everybody who's at least put their name in the pot. Oh, and Shawnee W. and Kessler. What's happening? All right. That's everybody I can see so far. I'm doing that. Who's the guy who used to, was it Romper Room where they used to talk to you through the camera? I see Billy and Johnny and David and Sarah and Amy, and I think it was Romper Room. I don't remember. Anyone old enough to remember Romper Room? Or is that just an Omaha thing? I don't even know. You don't even know which shows were local and which songs were, or shows were, well, I don't know. Anyway, so, now, the title of my show today, As You Wish, with a big old fat picture of Harry Reid. And because, if you're not familiar with this, Harry Reid's kind of the reason that we're going to be having a big old fight. A big old fight. People are not happy with Harry Reid. Harry Reid is a former U.S. Senator, former Speaker, or excuse me, former Senate Majority Leader back in the day when Harry Reid kind of changed some norms, right? About changing the rules on how they did things in the United States Senate. Hello, Uncle Bobbity. What's up? And also, you're about Pat. What's up, Pat? Man, nice to see you here. Okay. Harry Reid made some changes, and it's kind of coming back to bite him in the ass. Well, not necessarily bite him in the ass, but sir, what the hell happened to my Wall Street Journal article? Now I'm pissed. It's missing, and that's what I was going to use first. Oh, well, we'll just wait for the archive. Anyway, so, thank you, Black Hebrew Israelite.
That's right.
Who has a first super chat of the day. Oh, and you are right now. You are our superstar donor of the day. Damn it! I gotta learn to reset the superstar donor of the day. Well, you are the superstar donor of the day. In fact, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Let's see, did that work? Hang on. Anyway, thank you, Black Hebrew Israelite.
That's right.
Let's try this again. We're gonna do this. There we go. That's there. And that, and then I'm gonna play this again. Maybe it'll show you again. I don't know. Let's see if it does that. It's gonna give you the right alert. There we go. That's the one you should have had because you are the superstar donor of the day. Thank you for the $2 super chat that says, and I quote, "Ding dong, the witch is dead."
That's right.
I love watching the liberal lose their shit over Trump's plans to replace her.
That's right.
Then her not ugly granddaughter tell the world her dying wish was not to be replaced by Trump. Fat chance.
That's right.
Thank you, sir. Very eloquent as always. Yeah, the story that her a whole bunch of people, more people. I'll say hi to you in a second. You know, the old Ruth's dying wish is not to have her seat filled until a new president is seated. It's kind of a strange request from a Supreme Court justice. That means, I'm thinking, that's strictly political because, well, first of all, interesting wording she gave there too. She didn't say until after Inauguration Day. She didn't say until after the election. She said until a new president is seated, which kind of means if Trump wins this election, he wouldn't be a new president being seated. I find that interesting. I also find that ridiculous. The Constitution has a process, or at least well, it says that the president nominates somebody and then advises consent. Good morning. By the way, good morning, Purple Pills Perspective. Used 003. Say Thomas, nice to see you back, my friend. And somebody else came in here when I just wasn't looking. Okay, well, I'll figure it out and say hi to you too. All right, for some reason, my Wall Street Journal article is not being cooperative. So let's do this again. Harry Reid. Okay. And there was a Wall Street Journal article that I was going to go through that I accidentally closed. And it seems to be, now it's not even in my, okay, what the hell? Well, hopefully my archive one will work here eventually. Okay. Here it is. I found it. Okay. This is where we're going to go because there's an interesting thing right now. See, McConnell I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Let's just go watch. Let's just read the article. Let's just read the article because the Democrats are upset about the fact that the president's going to nominate somebody because the so-called McConnell rule, which was really kind of the Biden rule and the Harry Reid rules. There's all kinds of rules that have been adapted and adopted and whatnot that really don't mean anything. But let's just watch the reaction here. First of all, this is out of the Wall Street Journal from their editorial board, no less. Big Slow, how you doing? Nice to see you here. Welcome. Lindsay, did I say good morning to you? I'm saying good morning again, just in case. All right, so here we go. Breaking judicial norms, a history. And part of my As You Wish name of the title today has to do with the Democrats who made changes to some rules or made some inferences to some rules that they're now getting their wish. Now, I remember way back when Harry Reid was the Speaker of the House, and he made this little change because he wanted to get more judges through, because the person that he cared about, the president at the time, was someone that he supported and was trying to make it easier to get judicial appointments through without filibusters, right? And so they made it so that you could break the you instead of having for judges instead of needing a supermajority to get for cloture on for judges, they changed the rules to make it just you had to have 51 because the Democrats didn't have enough votes for supermajority. So Harry Reid changed the rules, and so now, as you may have noticed, during the Trump era, which is the last 3.5+ years of him being in office, Trump's been able to get a shit ton of judges approved because they can't filibuster the judges' nominations. And they kind of use that for the Supreme Court too, because they're judges, right? And so now everyone's like, fuck Harry Reid, man. Fuck. In fact, let's look at some of the tweets first. Now let's see. Someone named Stephen Ratner. Now, who's Steven Ratner? Steven Ratner, come on, put his name up there. He's the former head of Obama Auto Task Force, Wall Street financier, contributing writer to the New York Times, and an op-ed in the Morning Joe economic analyst. He says Harry Reid will go down in history for having handed the court to conservatives when he took the first step toward eliminating the 60-vote requirement for confirmation. Now, there has never been a 60-vote requirement for confirmation. What there was is a 60-vote requirement. There was for a lot of things. You need the 2/3 majority to end the discussion, a cloture vote, and then the actual. I don't even know if there was. Anyway, it's a little salty there. Sounds a little salty about Harry Reid. Amanda Carpenter, who's now a former conservative, but now a dedicated never Trumper. Because now the Democrats, Chuck Schumer's talking about ending the filibuster completely and some other changes. It's like, y'all, be careful what changes you make. Because when you make changes like this thing that Harry Reid did, and I said it at the time, I said, Harry, what are you thinking? Do you think Democrats are going to be in charge forever? Forever? Forever, ever? I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Woo! Anyway, oh no, that's a different song. What's Caroline? Okay, never mind. Anyway, guess what, Harry Reid? Democrats aren't in charge of the Senate anymore, and now Republicans are using your rule against y'all. Good morning. Hey, Larry, what's up? Dirty Dems are pulling our legs while trying to goad us into pulling that big iron. Anyway, so let's read this article about the breaking of norms, and I'm sure this is a great article. I haven't read it, but I just saw it, and I'm like, we're reading this one, okay? Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is widely reported to have told his Democratic colleagues on Saturday that nothing is off the table for next year if Republicans confirm a Supreme Court nominee in this Congress. He means this as a threat that Democrats will break the filibuster and pack the court with more justices in 2021 if they take control of the Senate in November's election. So what else is new? Hey, what's up? Roses, yes. Yeah, it's roses. Thank you, Kingslayer. And good morning, Kingslayer Damocles. Good morning, Katie did skate. So what else is new? Democrats have a long history of breaking procedural norms on judges. While packing the court would be their most radical decision to date, it would fit their escalating pattern. Let's review the modern historical lowlights to see which party has really been the political norm breaker. And I don't mean Norm sitting at the corner of the bar at Cheers. The Bork assault. When Ronald Reagan selected Robert Bork in 1987, the judge was among the most qualified ever nominated. No less than Joe Biden had previously said he might have to vote to confirm him. Then Ted Kennedy issued his demagogic assault from the Senate floor, complete with lies about women forced into back alley abortions and blacks would have to sit in segregated lunch counters. Democrats and the press then unleashed an unprecedented political assault. Oh, is it Katie's birthday? Okay, we'll have to say happy birthday. Previous nominees who had failed in the Senate were suspected of corruption, Abe Fortas, or thought unqualified, Harold Carswell. Bork was defeated because of distortions about his jurisprudence. This began the modern era of hyper-politicized judicial nominations, though for the Supreme Court, it has largely been a one-way partisan street. No Democratic nominee has been borked. That's the terminology we use now. To to use the name that became a verb. Even Justice Sonia Sotomayor, whose left-wing legal views were obvious upon her nomination, received a respectful GOP hearing and was confirmed 68-31 with 9 GOP votes. Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg was confirmed with 96-3. Stephen Breyer, 87-9. Elena Kagan, 63-37. Democrats, meanwhile, have escalated to character assassination. Clarence Thomas was unfairly smeared on the eve of a Senate vote and barely confirmed. Democrats accused Samuel Alito of racism and sexism for belonging decades early to an obscure Princeton alumni group. Democrats promoted the uncorroborated claims of women accusers against Brett Kavanaugh from his high school and college years. Senator Sheldon Whitehouse undertook a deep dive into Justice Kavanaugh's high school yearbook. This treatment has become the Democratic Party norm because they're bitches. Anyway, good morning to the gayest person on YouTube. Good morning, Katie did skate. I'm sorry, Amy in Connecticut. I'm sorry. Hi, Katie. I keep thinking about your birthday now. And filibustering appellate nominees. This is the second thing they've been doing. It's mostly forgotten now, but George W. Bush's first term Senate Democrats pioneered the use of a filibuster to block nominees to the circuit courts. That was also unprecedented. Miguel Estrada was left hanging for 28 months before he withdrew, though he had support from 55 senators. A 2001 Judiciary Committee memo to Senator Dick Durbin was candid in urging opposition to Mr. Estrada because he is Latino and he couldn't be allowed to reach the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals lest he later become a candidate for the Supreme Court. I remember that. That was so dirty. Democrats also filibustered otherwise blocked appellate nominees Priscilla Owen, Janice Rogers Brown, a black woman, Charles Pickering Sr., Henry Saad, Carolyn Kuhl, William Pryor, David McKeague, Richard Griffin, and William Myers, among others. This violation of norms was stopped only after the GOP regained the majority and threatened to change Senate rules. A handful of senators of both parties then negotiated a deal to vote for nominees except in extraordinary circumstances. Republicans did not unilaterally break the filibuster for judicial nominees. Speaking of which, well, wait, hang on. Let me pause real quick. Katie, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Katie. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Katie did skate. Everyone say happy birthday to Katie. Rock on. Okay. All right. Breaking the filibuster for appellate nominees. That norm breaker was executed by Democrats in 2013, led by then Majority Leader Harry Reid, with the enthusiastic support from Barack Obama. Democrats rewrote the Senate rules in mid-Congress on a party line vote to add 3 seats to the D.C. Circuit. The goal was to stack that court with liberals who would rubber stamp Mr. Obama's pen and phone regulatory diktats. Those liberals have done that numerous times, while sometimes blocking President Trump's deregulatory rulemaking. But the political cost has been high, as we warned at the time. Harry Reid's president allowed GOP leader Mitch McConnell to do the same when Democrats tried to filibuster Neil Gorsuch. The GOP majority can now confirm Mr. Trump's next nominee with 51 votes. And guess what? There's a couple who said they may not vote on whoever Trump nominates. And that third, it's Murkowski from Alaska and Susan Collins from wherever the hell she's from, Maine. And then they're still asking about Mitt Romney. But if they only have 50 votes, guess who breaks the tie? That would be Mike Pence. God damn it, going to have to find other people to listen to that don't sing the birthday song. Oh, Sean, come on. At least I sing it well. Come on now. Anyway, I wonder if I get a strike for that. Anyway, urged on by the progressive media, Democrats are now vowing that they'll break the 60-vote legislative filibuster rule to add 2 or even 4 new justices to the Supreme Court next year for a total of 11 or 13. But they've already been saying this for months. Barack Obama gave the green light when he used John Lewis's funeral to call the filibuster a Jim Crow era relic. Oh, God. Yes, make the filibuster racist. Oh, good God. Never mind that as a senator, he endorsed a filibuster of Mr. Alito. Mr. Whitehouse and 4 colleagues explicitly threatened an amicus brief that the court would be restructured if the justices rule the wrong way. Now, Republicans could surrender and not confirm a nominee, and Senate Democrats would still break the filibuster. Court packing would then become a sword hanging over the justices if they rule contrary to the policy views of the Senate left. Leader Schumer won't resist because he is quaking at the prospect of a primary challenge from Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez in 2022. Thank you, C. Thomas, for the $2 super chat via Streamlabs. C. Thomas says, it's almost like the Democrats are the actual fascists and act like it while accusing everyone else of being just that without evidence and depend on irrational sheep to get the job done. He threw it intensified, but I was intensifying the Thank you, C. Thomas, very much. By the way, if you want to do super chats, you can do it through the Streamlabs links. It's right there in the chat, and it's also in the description down below. So now, contrast this Democratic record and now the court-packing threat with the GOP record. In 2016, Mitch McConnell and his colleagues refused to confirm Merrick Garland and said the voters should decide the issue in the election. Mr. Schumer had previously vowed the same standard in the final years of George W. Bush. Mr. McConnell essentially made a political bet by putting judicial philosophy and the Supreme Court at the center of the 2016 campaign. Judges were also in the Senate ballot in 2018 after the Kavanaugh ugliness. The GOP gained 2 net seats. The use of their elected Senate power now to confirm a nominee would be wholly legitimate use of their constitutional authority. They should not be cowed by Democratic threats from confirming a nominee. Democrats have showed they will do what they want with Senate power no matter what Republicans do now. What Republicans should do is let the voters know about the Democratic filibuster and court-packing plans and make them a campaign issue. Democratic senators and candidates should have to declare themselves not merely on Trump's nominee, but on the filibuster and court packing that Mr. Schumer has now told the country will be on the table. So, good morning, all you need. So, it's like, have you noticed, I'm sure you've noticed this, that it almost seems like when the Democrats don't get their way, they just want to change the rules. It's like, who are the authoritarians? Who are the fascists? They just change the rules to get their way. Now, granted, McConnell said that in 2016, that there'd never been a time when look, here's the thing. So he said he didn't want to do a vote on Obama's nominee during an election because the president and the Senate were 2 different parties. The Senate had just the last group that had an election in 2000 when Obama was trying to get Merrick Garland in the court. The last entity that had an election was the Senate. The Senate their majority grew. And so there is an argument that maybe that they, now I wish they would have just went ahead and either allowed the debate on Merrick Garland go through and then just voted him out instead of not actually holding the requisite hearings on Merrick Garland. But whatever. Parties were different. I advised a consent from the Senate. They exercised that. But now, in this case also, the last person elected was the president, and the last people elected and majority held by the Republicans. The people have spoken. So, too bad. So sad. Fill that seat. That's what I say. Anyway, let's move on. Let's see. Let me see if I have a whole bunch of stuff here. Oh, I want to get into some of the reactions though, because oh my, was it precious. Before I do that though, let's say a couple thank yous. There's some new people tweeting out my show. I really appreciate it. Who is this? Al Cabron Joyce, thank you for tweeting out the show. I appreciate it. Who now follows me also on Twitter. Also, thank you, Becca Farley. Thank you, Patched. That's another person I don't recognize. And that Patch doesn't even follow me. But well, thank you, Patch. If you're around, if you're in the chat, say hi. Also, thank you, Jaeger Pony, Johnny Hellcat, TOS. Oh, no, wait, that's something else. Let's see. My friend Jack is right. Sub to the PDawg. Oh, yeah, thanks for all the people who are reminding people to sub to me. If you're on Twitter, if you give me a shout out, I'm really trying to get to that 1,000. And in the last couple of weeks, I've had 41 new subs. So that's pretty cool. That's awesome. And then also, well, let's do the shill now too, because I gotta, get that out of the way. I'm writing a commercial. I'm gonna play a commercial instead of doing the shill. I have a couple commercials because I'm doing a commercial for my guest this weekend, or this week, this Friday. By the way, I do have a guest this Friday. The Hard Bastard's gonna be here on the show. We're looking forward to that. And the Morning Night Live is brought to you by you, the viewers of the Morning Night Live. Please share the stream. Hit the share arrow down there or up here if you're on a mobile, and send it out on your favorite social media. Also, you can do that on Twitter, Minds, Gabs, or Parler right up there. See that? Right there. Okay, it's right there. You can follow me on those at PDawgKnight. I always tweet out the show myself, and Parlay, and what do they call it? A gab, and then they... Mine's just, it's a post, okay? So repost, retweet, retwitter, whatever, echo, and all those things that they say, and I don't know why my phone's buzzing in my pocket. I need to take it out of there. And then also, if you want to do Super Chats, become a permanent part of the show, of this episode of the Morning Night Live, you can do that in the Streamlabs link at PDawgKnight.live, or you can, there's a Streamlabs link over there, right on the screen right now. It says Super Chat link. And in fact, let's see, this show is sponsored by viewers like you. Support your show with your donations and have your Super Chats read live on the show. You'll be a permanent part of this episode of the Morning Night Live. Thank you, John Sislowski, also for retweeting that there from El Cabron. Oh, that's someone. Is that me? Oh, that's retweeting me. Oh, thank you for retweeting me. Thank you so much. Okay, so all y'all... doing that thing. All right, let's kind of, I want to go through some of these reactions though. I found it fascinating because when I saw that, or when I heard that that Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, like I said, I was watching, I think it was Triologic. I was listening to her show. I was out I was mowing my lawn. That's what I was doing. So I was mowing my lawn and I'm listening to Triologic while I'm mowing my lawn. And someone said that Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. And I'm like, wait, what? Someone said that? That was someone in her chat said it. And she was saying, oh, come on, you're lying. There's no way. And so she starts looking up, and I'm like, oh, I'm not waiting for her to look up. I get on my phone. I'm like, okay, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And I'm scrolling. Oh, she actually died. Oh my God. And then I went onto Twitter. And one of the first things I saw on Twitter, oh, thanks, Chi-Town J, by the way. And who's this? Just John Sislowski. Thank you, John Sislowski. One of the first things I saw was Chuck Schumer. Now, you think when you're, I was just curious, what people were saying, because my first thing, before I even checked, as soon as I figured out it was true, the first thing I did was I tweeted, rest in peace, Justice Ginsburg. Now, I'm not a fan of Justice Ginsburg. I disagree with her philosophically. In fact, I don't even think she was a great Supreme Court justice, but she's an icon, especially as far as women's rights. I mean, she was one of the people who fought for Roe versus Wade and all this other stuff. But she is absolutely an icon, okay? And the rest, the most appropriate thing I could say was nothing but rest in peace, Justice Ginsburg. Then, as I'm scrolling through stuff about Justice Ginsburg, I come upon Chuck Schumer. And I found this fascinating. The first thing that Chuck Schumer tweets after Ruth Bader Ginsburg dies is this: the American people should have a voice in the selection of their Supreme Court justice. Therefore, this vacancy should not be filled until we have a new president. And I noticed he also used the words, until we have a new president. If Trump's reelected, he's the same president. Nah, it ain't happening. You know that ain't happening. But then it apparently, no, this is 6:51 p.m., September 18, 2020. So he had just heard about it. Then apparently Chuck had an afterthought after he typed this out. And here is Chuck's afterthought. Tonight we mourn the passing of a giant in American history, a champion for justice, a trailblazer for women. She would want us all to fight as hard as we can to preserve her legacy. And that's at 6:59 p.m. 8 minutes later, he's like, oh shit, I went straight to politics when I heard she died. And I'm thinking to myself, Chuck, there's some priorities. The American people should have a voice, yada, yada, yada. Oh, yeah. 8 minutes later. Oh, tonight we mourn the passing of a giant in American history. Straight to politics. And a lot of people did that. Now, of course, now I'm sure all of you have already seen this, but Trump's reaction was quite different. And granted, Trump was at a rally. He had a rally in where the hell was he? He was in Bemidji, Minnesota, by the way. And here, Trump, Ginsburg, Trump. Here, obviously most of you probably already seen this, but I still think I thought Trump, upon hearing this, I thought he did pretty well here, and we'll get a music strike on this one, but that's okay. I don't care. So here's Trump coming out of the rally in Bemidji, Minnesota, and this is when he actually finds out that Ruth Bader Ginsburg has passed away. And it's weird because, the other thing is weird too, because this is outside of his rally, and the rally's in the hangar in the airport of Bemidji. So they were, they had music for the people still walking in and out of the rally. And this just happens to be the song that's playing. This is not added to the video. This is actual footage when they had told the president that she had passed away.
She just died? Wow. I didn't know that. You're telling me now for the first time. She led an amazing life. What else can you say? She was an amazing woman. Whether you agreed or not, she was an amazing woman who led an amazing life. Actually saddened to hear that. I am saddened to hear that. Thank you very much.
All right, so that was his statement walking out, and then he just walked off to his plane, and then he later, I don't know if I still have I had it up. Trump's. And then there was the official statement from President Trump, which stated, today our nation mourns the loss of a titan of law. Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg served more than 27 years as the Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States, notably just the second woman appointed to the court. She was a loving wife to her late husband, Martin, and a dedicated mother to her 2 children. Renowned for her brilliant mind and her powerful dissents at the Supreme Court, Justice Ginsburg demonstrated that one can disagree without being disagreeable towards one's colleagues or different points of view. Her opinions, including well-known decisions regarding the legal equality of women and the disabled, have inspired all Americans and generations of the great legal minds. A fighter to the end, Justice Ginsburg battled cancer and other very long odds throughout her remarkable life. Our thoughts and prayers are with the Ginsburg family and their loved ones during this difficult time. May her memory be a great and magnificent blessing to the world. So, yeah, that's the statement he needs to make. And he didn't say anything about, replace or whatever. He saved that for later. Now, I had heard some people on Twitter, he didn't write that. There's a couple indications here that he actually did have a hand in writing this. One, Trump loved to use the word powerful. And here's one of her powerful dissents. I'm pretty sure that that he wrote that. And also down here, something, her remarkable life, that sounds like Trump. That is something Trump would say. So I think he did actually have a hand in writing this himself. Maddie says, and I agree with Maddie here. Where did it happen? I did go back. She was a bastion for women's rights. She unabashedly stood by her principles and belief. Rest in peace, RBG. Whether you agreed with the actual policies or not, I agree with that 100%. She was, that was her. Good morning, Robert Chalk. By the way, I just noticed you jumped in here too. So welcome. All right. Moving on. Now back to some of the reactions. So the reactions were classic. By the way, I know everyone's seen this one too, but I just can't stop laughing at this one. Where is this crazy biatch? I thought I had it bookmarked. Please tell me I have it bookmarked. Please tell me I have it bookmarked. This crazy woman. Oh no! Did I take it away? Oh no! No. Where's this psycho? Okay, never mind. I guess I didn't save it. I was going to all right, well, never mind. Oh well. Anyway, let's move on. More reactions though, and this is interesting. And I'm going to show you, the Democrats have losing their minds over this. And why this particular woman is getting so much attention regarding this, I have zero idea. This particular woman, standing next to Chuck, well, I don't know if this is why if she's doing this next to Chuck Schumer. AOC considering impeachment, Schumer weighing Supreme Court expansion in the wake of Mitch McConnell's, quote, blatant, nasty hypocrisy. Oh my God! The fact that he's going to follow the Constitution and bring forth Trump's nominee is blatant nasty. This is Business Insider, though. By the way, if you're not familiar with Business Insider, Their whole editorial board is way out there left, just so you know, even though it's called Business Insider, but it might as well be the DNC out there wing insider. Congress should not rule out impeaching U.S. Attorney General William Barr or President Trump again to block Republicans from filling a Supreme Court vacancy left by the death of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said on Sunday. Now, first of all, how the hell is that going to do it? Impeaching Trump, what does that? It doesn't matter. He's still the president. Unless you've removed him from office, he's still the president. And what would impeaching William Barr do? McConnell doesn't have to do anything. That's all happens in the House. McConnell can do whatever he wants in the Senate and whatever order. So it doesn't matter what they do. So anyway, all these options should be entertained and on the table, the New York Democrat said in a response to a reporter's question. The stakes, she said, are too high to let Trump pick a replacement before an election he might well lose. Well, you know what? Go out with a bang if you're going to lose. It's extraordinarily important that we understand the stakes of this vacancy, Ocasio-Cortez said. Our reproductive rights are on the line. Our labor rights are on the line. Our rights to health care are on the line. Impeachment would compel the U.S. Senate to hold a trial at a time when it has few precious days left on its calendar to confirm a replacement for Ginsburg. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has not ruled it out as a means of thwarting confirmation. Really? Impeach him for what? And guess what? Wouldn't you have to have the House hearings first? If they started impeachment hearings, you know what I would do? If I were President Trump and Mitch McConnell, I'd be like, well, we better get this out of the way first, since this might come over to our side of the Capitol building. Impeach him for what? Anyway, we need to make sure that we mobilize on an unprecedented scale to ensure that this vacancy is preserved. Ocasio-Cortez has noticed. Hey, by the way, I'm using her, the AOC version of a black voice. Remember when she was in front of the New York NAACP and she spoke in that really weird suburban white girl faking a black voice? Remember that? By the way, has anyone ever heard that voice since she did that? I mean, like ever, forever, ever. Oh, I really like the, shit don't stink, but even a little closer. Oh, we got a new super chat. The Devil's super chat from Chicago Mike. Thank you, sir. Who says, so AOC, you want to impeach the president for following the Constitution? Yeah, right? That was impeach him for what? Thank you also, C. Thomas. Oh, yes, thank you, C. Thomas. The link to the crazy woman upset over RBG's death. Yeah, let's hear. I will click that. Okay, will it let me do it? What the hell is it doing? Okay, here it is. Here's this oh, this is beautiful. I wonder. I really honestly wonder, is this a Poe? Is this real? Is this woman real? Tell me. Okay, one in the chat if you think she's real. Two of you don't. Here she is.
Holy fucking shit, you guys! I'm driving your car, but I just got a notification that Ruth Bader Ginsburg died!
Ah.
Fuck!
Ah.
Could this year get any fucking worse? Ruth, you just had to make it to 2021!
Bitch, you should have lived 3 more months!
Holy fucking shit!
Okay. If you think it's real, press 1. If you think it's fake, press 2. Good morning, Chicago Mike. What's up? I'm just saying. Okay, everyone thinks it's real. I thought it was a Poe. Now she does, but I guess there's some other... oh, okay, never mind. FYI, I went on her TikTok account before posting the video. She's not a parody. She says she's a lesbian with severe emotional problems and ADHD. No shit, LOL. She has a lot of loony videos and some that calmly discuss her disorders. She also thinks houseplants have feels. Well, she's proof that a houseplant has feels. Anyway, all right. Yeah, that's hilarious. All right, back to the article here. Oh, the archive one finally popped up. That was the one I was trying to use because I wasn't sure if Wall Street Journal was going to let me finish this. Oh, wrong article. Anyway, we need to make sure we mobilize on an unprecedented scale to ensure this vacancy is preserved. Ocasio-Cortez says that the remarks came at a joint press conference with Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer in a display of left liberal unity. I said lunacy. That's the real thing. Now, here's the thing. Chuck Schumer, the Senate Minority Leader, been in the Senate for however fucking long he's been in the Senate, 30 some years, is having a joint press conference with AOC, freshman Congress person from some, oh my God. And they had the vigil too. Schumer said he too is willing to consider radical options in the wake of Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's, quote, blatant nasty hypocrisy, including an expansion of the court itself. Yeah. We refuse to, well, if we can't win, cheat. If we can't win, break the rules. If we can't win, change the game. It will be a decision that comes to the Senate. We first have to win the majority before that can happen. But everything is on the table. I hope they go down in a I hope the Republicans gain 5 seats. It probably won't happen. I don't think people are going to like this. I don't know. In February 2016, McConnell announced that he would block President Obama's nominee for the Supreme Court, claiming to be acting on a principle that no president should get to pick a new justice during election year. That was a little more than that. But anyway, if Republicans are able to confirm another justice this year, Democrats feel they will have been robbed of 2 nominations, potentially tilting the court to the right for decades to come. Hey, welcome to reality. You're not always going to have your way. Sorry. Expanding the court from 9 justices to at least 11 has gone from an activist demand to being actively considered by Democratic leaders as a potential remedy. You know what? I agree with that Wall Street Journal article down here where they say what Republicans should do is let the voters know about the Democratic filibuster and court packing plans and make it a campaign issue. Absolutely. Democrats, sore losers. They want to change they can't win on their ideas, so they want to change the rules. Don't let them. I can hear the ad right now. All right, let's move ahead here. Also, speaking of McConnell, apparently McConnell has been locking down. Now, he said keep your powder dry, but he's locking down key GOP votes in the Supreme Court fight. Republican senators are coalescing behind Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's vow to fill the Supreme Court seat left vacant by the passing of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. A number of GOP senators, including both retiring members and vulnerable incumbents, are backing McConnell's promise to hold a vote on whomever President Trump nominates, underscoring Republicans' desire to fill the seat, even as they face charges of hypocrisy from Democrats and pushback from some of their own colleagues. Senator Lamar Alexander, who's usually milquetoast and is retiring at the end of the year, I'm sorry, the milquetoast part is what I added to the mix, said on Sunday that he would support filling the seat this year, though he'll make a decision on the nominee once Trump names his pick. No one should be surprised that a Republican Senate majority would vote on a Republican president's Supreme Court nomination, even during a presidential election year. Senator McConnell is only doing what Democrat leaders have said they would do if the shoe were on the other foot, Alexander said in a statement. Okay, here's another question for the chat. 1, if the roles were reversed, would Chuck Schumer do the exact same thing with bells on. 1 for yes, 2 for no. This is a no-brainer. Chuck Schumer, you smarmy prick. Anyway, let's see. Alexander's decision follows similar remarks from Senator Rob Portman and Roy Blunt, who both indicated they would support McConnell if he moves to hold a vote confirming the third Supreme Court pick for Trump. Neither is up for re-election this year. Portman in a statement noted that McConnell intended to hold a vote and that I intend to fulfill my role as a U.S. Senator and judge that nominee based on his or her merits. Blunt, a member of the GOP leadership, added to CBS Face the Nation that there was plenty of time for Republicans to confirm a nominee this year. Yes, there have been nominees that have been like nominated and confirmed within 3 days. There's like 27 some that have been less than 45 days. Okay. I don't need to read the rest of this. Anyway, but the only, so far, 2 GOP senators, Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, the only GOP senator to oppose Brett Kavanaugh's nomination, and Susan Collins of Maine, who is facing a tough re-election bid, have said they do not believe the Senate should take up the Supreme Court nomination before the November 3rd election, which is 44 days away. I think that's a bad move for Susan Collins. Let me tell you why. You know, Susan Collins, you don't have to just please the Democrats in your state. You know, there are some Republicans in your state that probably are the reason you're a senator still. I think that's a dumb move by Susan Collins. That's just personal. That's a personal thought. And sometimes I have personal thoughts. Anyway, as opposed to personal thoughts, which I have none of those. Don't ever call Lady Boomer a thought. All right. All right, there's a couple news items I wanted to get to because, and then if I have time, we'll get back to the Ruth Bader Ginsburg stuff. But a couple news items that were kind of breaking over the weekend or recently. Apparently, someone tried to send ricin, the poison, to the White House, and apparently the suspect accused of sending ricin poison to the White House has been arrested at the Canadian border. Law enforcement officials reportedly informed the Associated Press on Sunday of the arrest. Thank you! I'll just pause for this one. Thank you, GunFox61, who says, with a $2 super chat, I swear God made women to drive men crazy. Also, Karens, what can you say? Dems be crazy and insane. Question, why do people vote for people that belong in state mental wards for Congress? I'm assuming you're referring to Collins and Murkowski. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. But I think Susan Collins is going to change her mind once there's a vote. All right, real quick. Let's see. So they found this woman or somebody who arrest related to rise. Okay. An as yet unidentified woman was arrested at the Canadian border on Sunday. 3 law enforcement officials told the Associated Press. The woman is suspected to be the sender of a letter intercepted on its way to the White House containing the deadly poison ricin. The letter was addressed to President Trump. Not a good idea. The woman was reportedly arrested by U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers at the Peace Bridge border crossing near Buffalo. The letter itself is believed to have originated in Canada, according to the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, but the suspect's citizenship has yet to be confirmed, while officials spoke on condition of anonymity, and would not comment further on the investigation. They did say the woman is expected to face federal charges. This is not the first time the threat of ricin poisoning has been encountered by the Trump administration. In 2018, the Secret Service reported another letter believed to have contained the poison addressed to then Secretary Jim Mattis. All right, moving on. Also, the bar owner in Omaha that, I don't know if you heard this story, he, during a Black Lives Matter protest in downtown Omaha, and the protesters were breaking windows in his bar and attacking people, and he came out and he got attacked by some guy, and he fired a couple warning shots. He had a gun, and he fired a couple warning shots, and then the guy jumped on him again, and he shot the guy, and the guy died. Well, then it was clear case of self-defense, but we had one of those district attorneys out there that needs to make a name for themselves, and plus, due to public outcry, they decided to charge him with murder. Well, unfortunately, that person has committed suicide. An Omaha bar owner who fatally shot a protester in May, a rioter, during the weekend riots across the country following the death of George Floyd, has allegedly died by suicide after being indicted last week on charges involving the incident. Jake Gardner from the Hive Bar in Omaha, Nebraska, has committed suicide after being indicted for manslaughter, use of deadly weapon to commit a felony, attempted first-degree assault, and terroristic threats last week, according to a report by KETV News Watch 7. That's the local ABC station there. I know that because I used to live there, and I still have family there. In June, Breitbart News initially reported that no charges would be filed against Gardner, who fatally shot protester James Scurlock during the third night of nationwide riots across the United States in the wake of the death of George Floyd. Footage of the encounter between Gardner and Scurlock, partially published by the Omaha World Herald, showed a confrontation and a scuffle before the shooting. Police also said Scurlock had been engaged in vandalism earlier in the evening. Douglas County Attorney Don Klein had concluded that Gardner acted in self-defense and therefore did not file charges. Just days ago, however, a grand jury convened by a special prosecutor decided to indict the bar owner. I hope he turns himself in and we can start this process of seeking justice. That's an interesting choice of words. Yes, he did. Correct. He committed. It says he committed suicide. This is so sad, man. I hope he turns himself in so we can start this process of seeking justice. But if not, I hope OPD or the sheriff's office treats him like everybody else, said Scurlock family attorney Justin Wayne. If they have to fly or drive to go get him, that's what they do. The report added that Special Prosecutor Frederick Franklin had said he would not be in touch with the Gardner's attorney to find out whether Gardner would turn himself in or if an arrest warrant was necessary. Now Gardner has died by suicide, according to multiple sources who spoke to KETV Newswatch 7. Yeah, that's sad, man. And holy shit. Anyway, now, here's the one. This is the one I really wanted to get into. Do I have time for this one? So, well, here, let me do the other quick ones first, and if I have time, we'll do this one at the end. Here's the. We were talking about the reactions to the Justice passing away, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Liberals got a dose of lunacy to protect Ruth Bader Ginsburg's seat. The mouth-frothing rage of Democrats over a possible filling of Ruth Bader Ginsburg's seat on the Supreme Court before Inauguration Day is shocking, but predictable after the summer of love we've endured. Now they're threatening to burn it all down if Republicans fill the vacancy soon. Hysterical RBG cultists holding a vigil in Washington on Saturday night warned of a civil war. What the hell would that change? What do you call the shit you've been doing? Anyway, threats to kill Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell flooded Twitter. Dozens of police had to guard his Kentucky home as protesters descended. It wasn't just random psychopaths on social media threatening to storm the White House and burn it to the fucking ground. High-profile liberals issued dire threats on Twitter. You dare try and replace her right now, and there will be war, tweeted Hollywood actor Russ Tamblyn. Fuck no, burn it down, wrote a parenting guide author. Aaron Jovier. If you can't shut it down, burn it down, wrote Scott Ross, a member of the Wisconsin Ethics Commission. Oh my gosh, that's good. Shoot, that's a good one. Burn Congress down before letting Trump try to appoint anyone to SCOTUS, wrote Emmett McFarlane, an associate professor at Canada's University of Waterloo. Hey, you're Canadian. Shut the fuck up. Well, not everybody. Jaeger Pony can say whatever he wants. If McConnell jams someone through, which he will, there will be riots, warned Washington Post freelancer Laura Bassert. more, bigger riots. Wait a minute. What's this shit that you've been doing? Oh, more, bigger riots. Oh, I get it. Not just riots, mo bigger riots. Hey, Six, what's happening? Nice to see you. Can you imagine conservatives making these threats? They'd all be suspended in a heartbeat, Pat. Good point. They'd not the suspended shit. They'd be taken off of all the social media, and they'd take their PayPal accounts and they'd kick them off Cashapp and Venmo, and they wouldn't be allowed to live. But these are lefties. None of these accounts have been suspended, by the way. Yes, because there are already riots, arson, looting, assaults, intimidation, and even murder from degenerate leftists using violence to get their own way. But as they have done all summer, instead of calling for calm, Democratic leaders encourage the histrionics. Let this moment radicalize you, Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said in a social media video claiming democracy and the climate were at stake. Shut the fuck up. I need you to be ready. We can and must fight. I hope you're on the front lines. Oh shoot, I can't be like that. You know what I'm about to say? Put her on the front lines if she's going to be whatever. Barack Obama hubristically declared that RBG had left instructions on her deathbed that Donald Trump not fill her Supreme Court slot. Hang on a second. I'm just pulling out my pocket Constitution here. Hang on. Up. Here, you don't need to. I'm gonna take this off the screen. I want to give me just a second here. I'm just. It'll just take a second. I'm sorry. There is no dead Supreme Court Justice Instruction Clause in the Constitution. I'm sorry. It's just not there. Hillary Clinton urged a fierce response if he tried. Wait, did she mean like fierce? Or did she mean like fierce? I don't know. I don't know which one she meant. Probably both. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi on Sunday refused to rule out impeachment to stop Trump getting his third Supreme Court justice. We have our option. Oh, wait. Instead of... I want to show you this one, though. This one you have to see. Because... this one you have to see. This is fascinating. Because there's a... remember when Hillary was running for president? And I don't know, she was at some small event with around a bunch of women and some reporters around her, and she kind of malfunctioned all of a sudden. She was kind of doing this and then did it again, and she kind of malfunctioned. Listen to this. This interview. I'm going to put it on full screen so you can see the whole damn thing, because it's here, just watch this. This is her response and how she thinks nothing's being taken off the table.
Instead, I don't want to go into instead. You know what instead is.
Oh! By the way, instead, what is, what instead is? What I want to know what that is, because I don't know. Maybe George knows what instead is. But I want to know what instead is. But that's not the part I want to talk about. We'll just let this go for a second.
Let me press you, though, on what happens. You said you want people to get out there and vote, but even that's no guarantee that the White House and the Senate Republicans won't try to push through a Supreme Court nomination in a lame duck session.
As is their constitutional duty. Oh, forgot that part. Hey, George. I'm sorry. I did it again. Hang on. Let me go. Can I get through? Anyway, let's see.
Even if Joe Biden wins on November 3rd, even if Democrats pick up seats in the House and maybe even the Senate. So what can...
Well, guess what? If they pick up seats in the House, that's irrelevant because the House doesn't advise and consent. And if they pick up seats in the Senate, well, guess what? Those seats don't get seated until after the first of the year. We've got almost 3 months left of year left. Thank you, Gunfox61, with the $5. And you are now the superstar donor of the day. Thank you, sir. It'd be a real shame if people on Twitter went around flagging all these leftist Twitter accounts and sending screenshots to the FBI. Also, Epic Games and Riot Studio raided by FBI over giving user data to Chinese government. Oh, shit. I did not see that. I'll have to look that one up. I haven't seen that story. Thank you, Gunfox61, for the $5, and you are the superstar donor of the day right now. Let's finish Nancy Pelosi here.
What can you do then? Some have mentioned the possibility, if they try to push through a nominee in a lame duck session, that you and the House could move to impeach President.
For what? For what? It's the Constitution. Anyway, I'm sorry. I did it again because I want you to see this.
President Trump or Attorney General Barr as a way of stalling and preventing the Senate from acting.
The Senate chooses what things they act on first. So even if there was impeachment and the House somehow found a way to impeach Attorney General Barr or the president, it doesn't matter. The Senate decides what they're going to take up first. Doesn't matter, George. But somehow she's going to tell you what?
On this nomination.
Well, we have our options. We have arrows in our quiver that I'm not about to discuss right now. But the fact is, we have a big challenge in our country. This president has threatened to not even accept the results of the election
that has nothing to do with what we're
with
talking
statements that he and his henchmen have made.
His henchmen?
So right now, our
Did she say henchmen? He and his henchmen? What the hell are you talking about?
the election with statements that he and his henchmen have made. So right now, our main goal, and I think Ruth Bader Ginsburg would want that to be, would be to protect the integrity of the election as we protect the American people from the coronavirus. And I have faith in the American people on this Sunday morning. I hope and pray we have a vaccine. It will be soon, but it must be safe and efficacious when we do. Not one day sooner, not one day later than that. But the fact is, this administration has been a total failure in protecting the health and well-being of the American people, and it has had an impact on our economy. The lives, the livelihood, and the life of our democracy are threatened by this administration. So again, when people say, what can I do? You can vote, you can get out the vote, and you can do so as soon as possible. 10 states, as I said, on Friday started their early voting the day that we lost Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
But to be clear, you're not taking any arrows out of your quiver. You're not ruling anything out.
Good morning. Sunday morning.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
We have a responsibility. We take an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Wait a minute. What the hell was that? Let's just go back. Anybody know what the hell that? She had a malfunction. I'm telling you. Like, can anybody tell me what the hell that was? I went too far back. Hang on. Here, let's play again. Let's see. And look at, first of all, let's watch her face. Where's her face? Her face. Come on, screen. Come on. Stop doing this to me.
On our economy, the lives, the livelihood, and the life of.
Oh, great. Let's do it in smaller version. All right. Now I'm having a 404 error. Holy shit. Come on, computer.
And when people say, what can I do? You can vote, you can get out the vote, and you can do so as soon as possible.
So, again, now
10 states, as I said, on Friday, I started their early voting the day that we lost.
But I wonder if she's on a teleprompter.
But to be clear, you're not taking any arrows out of your quiver. You're not ruling anything out.
Good morning. Sunday morning.
What the hell?
We have a responsibility.
No, wait.
We take
the other thing, though, is look at George's face when she does that.
Good morning. Sunday morning.
George is
we
like,
have a responsibility. We take an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. We have a responsibility to meet the needs of the American people.
Okay, I don't know what that was. I am wondering two things. Is she working off a teleprompter? Because she's either that or she's just really good at staring at a camera. It's hard to stare at a camera and talk. But it's not potato intermittent. I gotta reroute things. Kate Merviline's gonna help me. Hi, Dumb Beard, by the way. Yeah, just out of the blue. Good morning. Sunday morning. I'm thinking that she might have issues too. And right now, because they're talking about, well, if they get rid of President Trump. If the election doesn't happen right? If they're still counting votes into January, guess who becomes the temporary president of the United States? Whoever the Speaker of the House is. And she's about as lost as Joe Biden sometimes. I am really worried about that shit. Anyway, all right. All right. Do I have time for this? We already did. Back to the reactions. So, back to the reactions. Let's see. But there's thing in here. Oh, that's what she was talking about, arrows in the quiver that she's not about to discuss. If anything, Biden was... Oh, and then Biden's reaction. Biden was even more hyperbolic on Sunday. He drove 40 minutes from his basement to a hall in Philadelphia to read a rabble-rousing speech off a teleprompter. Like Obama, he demanded the Senate heed RBG's purported deathbed wish and warned of action and reaction, anger, and more anger. Ryan himself, what's happening? He warned that voters will not stand for this abuse of power. Wait a minute. Abuse of power. Where's my pocket constitution? Hang on a second. I gotta look at this again. Hang on, hold up. This abuse of the President of the United States does this, no, it's the Congress and the Senate, Senate advising consent, and this is it's an abuse of power to follow the Constitution. Damn that Trump. Every time. He is just Hitlerian. As opposed to DeLorean. He warned that foreigners will not stand for this abuse of power, and then he had the nerve to say, this nation needs to come together. Oh, great, Joe. We'll overlook his claim that 200 million people have died probably by the time I finish this. Oh, my God. Yes, he did say that in a speech. From complications of COVID-19. But there's no ignoring this laughable statement. Quote, we can't keep rewriting history, scrambling norms, and ignoring our cherished system of checks and balances. He probably hasn't noticed, but the only people rewriting history are Democrats and their supporters. The 1619 Project, anyone? As for scrambling norms, Democrats repeatedly say they want to stack the Supreme Court with more liberal judges to dilute the influence of Republican-appointed originalists. So instead of 9 justices on the bench, as has been the norm since 1868, they would increase the head count to 15. This was a major topic in the New Hampshire primary. Yeah, They also talk about abolishing the Electoral College. Oh, that's a norm. Granting statehood to Puerto Rico. That's not a norm. And Washington, D.C. That's not a norm. And dividing California into 3 states to entrench their power indefinitely. That's not scrambling norms. It's smashing them with a sledgehammer. Democrats bypassed established norms to turn the Supreme Court into what former Assistant U.S. Attorney Andrew McCarthy calls a 9-member super legislature to enact social change they couldn't achieve through democratic means. Supreme Court confirmations used to be based on merit. That changed when Biden became the chair of the Senate Judiciary Committee. He presided over the smear of Justice Robert Bork in 1987 and the high-tech lynching of Clarence Thomas in 1991, and joined the destructive campaign against Justice Brett Kavanaugh. It was Democrats who turned judicial nominations into the Hunger Games. The Heritage Foundation found Trump nominees received 20 times the opposition of pre-Trump nominees, despite the fact the American Bar Association had rated them comparably to their predecessors. Another norm was smashed by Democrats in 2013 when then Majority Leader Harry Reid took the nuclear option to abolish the filibuster for nominations, which ultimately led to the current situation in which Senate Republicans need only a simple majority to confirm RBG's successor. So please, no lecture about scrambling norms, you dickheads. Did I say that out loud? Hello, Chauncey Stewart. Hello, TC Ball. What's up? Inciting violence, smashing norms, refusing to accept the results of the 2016 election. This bad behavior has led to the Democrats' predicament. They are terrified they can't win the election, and Obama's progressive agenda will be wiped away for a generation. Too bad. Fill that seat was the enthusiastic chant at Trump's Saturday night rally in North Carolina, and the president is hardly one to shirk a fight. He will nominate a woman, and McConnell will decide whether to confirm her before the election or in December for maximum electioneering advantage. Democrats will have to decide how demonizing a female nominee, Kavanaugh style, will play with the suburban women Democrats. Yeah, who are they going to accuse? Amy Barrett, or what's the other one's name? The Cuban woman that, or Cuban descent. Anyway, yeah, who are they going to say that they raped in high school or college, or who did they sexually harass? Never was a virtue signaler more expertly skewered than the president of Princeton. Oh, this is a whole different story. Oh, this is great, though. So the president of Princeton, earlier this month, Christopher Eisgruber, gratuitously confessed in an open letter that Princeton was plagued by institutional racism. Racist assumptions remain embedded in the structures of the university, he wrote. Anti-black racism was visible, bearing upon Princeton's campus makeup and its hiring practices. Guess what happened after he made that speech? Last week, the Federal Department of Education wrote to Eisgruber saying that based on its admitted racism, Princeton had violated the U.S. Race Discrimination Act and would have to repay $75 million of federal funding pending a formal investigation. He's out there flogging himself for the university, and so the government said, "Hey, fuck! Oh, really? You were discriminatory? Well, we're going to take some money away from you, and we're going to investigate Princeton now." Yes, Princeton built on a foundation of white privilege. Anyway, the latest post-COVID medicine in Manhattan is dirt bikers screaming through the streets in midnight drag races, popping wheelies and driving everyone insane. Make it stop. Yeah, that's the police aren't doing their job in New York City. New York City, get a rope. All right, what time is it? Oh, I am on the brink of being the hell out of here. So let's do this, gang. Let's check to see if there's any breaking news, although I think the only news that anyone cares about right now happens to be with Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I got another, thank you again, more people who've helped tweet out the show, Diesel Dave, Tyler F., and everyone else who did it before. Also, let's see, what's this message someone sent me here? Hey, is that I already saw that one. What am I missing here? Oh, there's one here. Here we go. Thank you, all you need. What is this? No, I will just, I'm good. What is it? Oh, the tweet is hidden. Oh, okay. You sent me the crazy woman too. Thank you, all you need. Thanks for everyone helping me out. It's almost like having producers in the chat, so that's awesome. All right, is there anything worthwhile talking about that's new and good and not insanity? Oh, this is gonna get some people pissed off. The Department of Justice designates New York City, Portland, and Seattle as anarchist jurisdictions. According to a statement the Justice Department released Monday, New York City, Portland, and Seattle are the three cities that have permitted violence and destruction of property to persist and have refused to undertake reasonable measures to counteract criminal activities, leading to their designation as an anarchist jurisdiction. Now, what does that mean, though? So the DOJ declares New York, Portland, Seattle anarchist jurisdictions. White House Budget Office will soon instruct federal agencies to defund them under President Trump's September 2nd memo. Oh boy. They are done fucking around, I think. I think they're done. They are done screwing around with these motherfuckers. Oh my God. Brands New York City targets federal funds. New York City was among 3 cities labeled anarchist jurisdictions by the Justice Department on Sunday and targeted to lose federal money for failing to control protesters and defunding police. The Post has learned Portland, Oregon, and Seattle, Washington were the other 2 cities on the list, which was approved by U.S. Attorney General William Barr. When you know what? I think the people of these towns some of the people of these towns are sick of this shit and might actually appreciate this. But Ted Wheeler, I'm just waiting for Ted Wheeler to talk, and de Blohardio. Oh my gosh. Okay. Here, I'm just going to put that article in the chat because I don't have time to read it. But here you go. There's the New York Post version of it. Wow. That's something else. Holy shit. All right, let's see what else is new. I'll check that story out a little later. Let's go on the news tab, see if there's anything breaking right now. Trump says he will nominate a Supreme Court replacement on Friday or Saturday. That's from an hour ago. The president said during a Monday interview on Fox and Friends that he expects today be replaced for the Supreme Court following the services for Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who died September 18th. You know, that's probably a good move. He originally said that he might have a nominee out by Monday or Tuesday, but waiting till after her funeral would probably be a better idea. All right, so let's see what else is new. How the hero of Hotel Rwanda fell into eventual strongman's trap. Oh, that's from the New York Times. I'm not going to read that one. Let's see. Oh my gosh. There's all this stuff from yesterday. 5 hours. Taj Mahal reopens after 6 months, despite rising COVID-19 cases. The Taj Mahal in Agra reopened on Monday for tourists after over 6 months with strict COVID-19 guidelines. The safety guidelines will include mandatory masks, maintaining physical distancing, and a cap on the number of daily visitors. So, okay, if you happen to be flying over there, you can go to the Taj Mahal. Apparently oat milk is being touted as a possible cause for the destruction of the dairy industry. I've never tried oat milk. I don't know if I want to. Let's see. All right, looks like they don't have anything new. Everything's for the last couple days, so that's it for today. All right, people, before you do anything else, and before I click anything, I would like you to click something. And that would be the like button before you hit the road. I'd appreciate you all being here. 55 looks like the peak today. Or did we hit 62 at one point? That's nice. Click the like button before you go. Click it right now before I even start telling you about anything else. But, of course, we are here Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, 1500 GMT for my friends in other time zones that know how to use GMT. And if you'd be so kind, please hit that like button and hit the share arrow down there or up there, depending if you're on mobile or on your laptop or your computer or whatever. Share this out even after the show. Really, some people watch the replays, and if you're watching the replay, leave a comment in the comment section down below. And if you want to support the channel, it tells you how right down there, just in that section down there. Okay, there's a whole section that tells you how you can support the channel, Streamlabs, Venmo, Cashapp, or whatever. But Irish Rose, I did not even say hi to you. I didn't even see you, my dear. Hello, Irish Rose. So that's it for today, people. I gotta go. My name is PDawg. Oh, stop. Reminder, Friday, Hard Bastards joining us on the show. I almost forgot. Hard Bastard will be here with the dog. My name's Dawg Knight, and I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Hey, this is Dawg Knight, and thank you for watching today on the Dawg Knight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through the Streamlabs link, which is also in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm Dawg Knight, and I'm out of here.